Let's talk to Jonathan Davis, Wealth Manager from Hertfordshire. Jonathan, very good evening to you.
Hello, Rob.
So, this big new... where can someone apply for one of those jobs that George Osborne's got, where he works 40 days a year for 650 grand?
You went into the wrong career, Rob. You should have been a politician and climbed the greasy pole.
Don't we know? Look, will this change make any difference, Jonathan?
In the short term, it will make a bit of a difference to those who are not currently receiving what they're about to receive. No question. But it's smoke and mirrors, like everything that political leaders and central banks do. Because all this does is add more to inflation, ultimately, because if people have got a little bit more money, they're going to spend a little bit more, and companies are going to put the prices up. So the net benefit to the people receiving this slight extra payment is nil. Indeed, worse than that, eventually inflation will get so out of hand that actually cost of living will rise far faster than any rise in incomes. As ever, a policy such as this, what it does, it buys votes. Remember when it was announced just before the 2015 general election, it buys votes, so it's successful in that sense. It helps the elite because inflation always helps the rich. In the short run, it helps the working poor, but not at all in the long run.
Charles, we're talking about the NHS, longer waiting times for routine operations, Jonathan, less police resources, they're not even bothering burglary. We've got Jeremy Corbyn, we've had Brexit, and one school has even resorted to asking its children to bring in their own loo paper. Would it have been better if Labour had won the last election?
In the short term, Labour has a history of spending even more of our children's money than the Conservatives do. Remember who it was who bailed out the banks with the previously unimagined amounts of money borrowed from our children, and God help them, our grandchildren. It was Gordon Brown, this so-called socialist, who helped his rich mates who run the banking system. So, it depends on your point of view. In the short run, what Labour does, it spends lots of money it doesn't have, and people feel good. But in the long run, this is the reason why we've got £2,000 billion of debt, because governments of all colours are borrowing left, right and centre, and it's our children, your and my children, and our grandchildren who will be paying it back.
Jonathan, thank you so much. Jonathan Davis, Wealth Manager from Hertfordshire.